Planet Labs just reported their best quarter in company history. Record revenue, record backlog, new NGA contracts, 9 Pelican satellites in orbit, and a fortress backlog with $731 million in cash. And the stock sold off anyway. Today we're breaking down what happened and what the market is missing, and why I think this earnings report is one of the most bullish data points for the long-term thesis. Welcome back to Guts Capital, where it takes guts to invest in what others overlook. I'm your host, Jared, and if you're new here, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, where we cover the space economy, AI infrastructure, and defense tech before the mainstream catches on. There's been a lot of developments in the market since the last time you guys seen me, and we have a lot to cover, so let's get into it. Let's start with the numbers because they're exceptional across the board. Planet delivered record quarterly revenue of $94 million, up 42% year over year. Remaining performance obligations increased 81% year over year, up to $816 million. Backlog grew 72% year over year, up to $906 million. In cash equivalents, and short-term investments increased 223% year over year to $731 million. Read those numbers again. 42% revenue growth, 72% backlog growth, and 223% cash growth. Guys, this is not a company that's struggling. This is a company that's accelerating. The CFO, Ashley Johnson, said it best. They ended the quarter with what she calls a fortress balance sheet. $731 million gives Planet Labs the runway they need to aggressively invest into AI, satellites, and growth without any near-term financial pressures. That's a completely different company than the one most bears thought they were shorting. Now we have to address the elephant in the room. The stock sold off after earnings. How does a company record record revenue, record backlog, and a fortress balance sheet and still sell off? First, the GAAP net loss came in at $138 million. That sounds alarming until you understand what caused it. In plain English, the stock went up so much that the accounting treatment of their warrants created a paper loss. So that's not a real business loss, it's just an accounting adjustment caused by the stock's own success. So now I want to spend some time on the backlog number because I don't think most retail investors are grasping what it means. Planet's backlog grew 72% year over year to $906 million. That's contracted revenue that is already locked in. For a company already doing $94 million quarterly, that's roughly 2.5 years worth of current revenue already committed by customers. And it grew 72% in 1 year. So customers are not just staying, they're signing longer and bigger contracts. That's the definition of sticky, mission-critical business. On the same day as earnings, Planet announced 2 significant contracts with the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency. I want to dive into the details of these contracts because they tell you exactly how embedded Planet Labs is with the US national security. The first one is a 1-year, $22 million extension for maritime domain awareness under the Luno B IDIQ contract. Planet will continue to provide automated detection of strategic and tactical maritime events, including ship-to-ship transfers and dark fleet activity. Dark fleet meaning ships that have disabled their transponders to evade sanctions. So think about what that means. Planet Labs satellites are being used right now to track vessels that are trying to evade detection, oil sanctions, arms transfers, and dark fleet activities. The second contract is a new award from the NGA in partnership with the Defense Innovation Unit for Planet's Global Monitoring Service to support crisis response. So under the agreement, Planet will provide high-frequency, low-latency satellite imagery with automated insights delivered to NGA and DIU analysts, often within hours of collection. Hours, not days, not weeks, but within hours. These contracts reinforce Planet's always-on monitoring as a vital tool for ensuring the safety of US and allied personnel and the company's support in maintaining a comprehensive understanding of the operational landscape. This is not a company that can easily be replaced. You don't just rip out mission-critical intelligence infrastructure and replace it with something that's not battle-tested. So aside from the NGA contracts, The earnings report revealed just how broadly Planet Labs is expanding across customers and geographies, and this is something that almost no one is covering. During the quarter, Planet signed an 8-figure one-year contract with an international defense and intelligence customer for dedicated capacity services across their Pelican, Skycat, and Planet Scope constellations. The U.S. Navy also awarded a 6-month, $7.5 million contract extension for vessel detection across key areas of the Pacific. And the Greek government awarded a 2-year, 7-figure agreement to the European Space Agency to support Greece's national satellite space project. The Czech Republic signed a 2-year, 7-figure contract for AI-powered agricultural monitoring, covering approximately 25,000 agricultural holdings. Scotland awarded a 7-figure contract for agricultural reform monitoring. And John Deere awarded Planet a Supplier Sustainability Award for next generation precision agriculture. So we have defense, agriculture, European government, the US Navy. This is not a one-trick pony. Planet Labs data is becoming infrastructure across multiple industries all at once. The technology side of this earnings report is just as compelling as the financial. So just a few days ago, Planet launched the private beta of a new AI application. It's a tool that makes their massive global data archive retrievable through natural language. So non-technical users can search through space and time, conduct complex time series analysis, and generate automated insights and reports at speed and scale using plain English. That's a massive democratization of their data. And Planet also announced SuperRes, an AI-powered technology that improves the resolution of Planet Scope data into 2-meter class resolution. And they announced a new agreement with Carbon Vapor and NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory to develop a new Tanager spacecraft designed for enhanced atmospheric gas detection, including methane and greenhouse gas monitoring. And we cannot forget 9 Pelican satellites are now in orbit after the 3 new AI-enabled Pelicans were launched by SpaceX back in May, including the Swedish Armed Forces Sovereign Reconnaissance Satellite delivered in just 4 months after contract signing. All while this is happening, Planet quietly shipped Pelican 11 to Vandenberg Space Force Base for launch on the SpaceX Transporter 17 mission. This is a tech demonstration for their 2nd generation Pelican fleet. Will Marshall confirmed on X that Gen 2 includes a larger telescope for up to 30 centimeter imagery. That's a 40% sharpness improvement over current satellites. So Gen 2 is not a future promise. It's on the way to the launch pad right now. So now let's talk about what Planet Labs is guiding for the rest of the year, because to me, this is where the Palantir parallel becomes very real. For the second quarter, Planet expects revenue between $102 million and $107 million, with adjusted EBITDA profit expected between $0 and $5 million. For the full fiscal year 2027, Planet expects revenue between $425 million and $441 million, with adjusted EBITDA profit between $0 and $10 million. We're guiding for full year adjusted EBITDA profitability, not a loss, profit. For a company that was burning cash just 2 years ago, this is the inflection moment. This is exactly what happened to Palantir right before the massive re-rating. The market starts pricing in profitability before it arrives, and Planet Labs is standing at that very same doorstep right now. This is all happening the same week SpaceX begins its roadshow for an IPO targeting a $1.75 trillion valuation. Index providers waive profitability requirements and cut seasoning windows to ensure over $30 trillion in passive money absorbs SpaceX shares quickly. The entire space economy is about to get a huge wave of mainstream attention. And Planet Labs, with record revenue, record backlog, 9 Pelican satellites in orbit, NGA contracts, and a fortress balance sheet, is perfectly positioned to win. As far as a quick position update, nothing's really changed. I'm still holding with an average around $22, and this past earnings report didn't shake my conviction. If anything, it really just made it stronger. So as long as Planet Labs continues to crush earnings, increase guidance, and ship new technology, I really don't think there's anything to worry about. and the thesis is playing out almost exactly as I thought it would. So as we wrap things up, Planet Labs just reported the best quarter in company's history, and the market did not care. And I've seen this before. It's called Palantir circa 2022. The fundamentals say one thing, and the price action said another. And for the investors who took the time to understand the business and didn't shake their conviction, were handsomely rewarded. And I feel the same thing is happening here. All right, guys, so if you made it this far and you found this video valuable, please give me a subscribe. You can leave a comment down below, and also hit that like button. I'll greatly appreciate it. And are you guys holding through the SpaceX IPO? Did this earnings shake your conviction in any type of way? Are you buying shares here? Are you selling shares here? I'd love to hear it down below. And of course, guys, I'm your host Jared, and you're watching Guts Capital, where it takes guts to invest in what others overlook. See you in the next one.